Hey everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today we got a short little review video for you where we are going to be taking a look at the new Calvin Heimburg Vela from Millenium Discs, and we're going to compare it against both the Eagle and the Teebird from Innova. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so the Vela is a new 7-speed fairway driver from Millenium Discs, a sister company of Innova. This is Calvin Heimburg Signature Series disc. The numbers are 7.4, -1.52. So as far as the disc hand feel is concerned, the disc is very flat. I'm not sure how well you can see this here, but so the disc is very flat, not much dome to it. For me personally, it's very comfortable in the hand. I really love the way that this disc feels. Compared to both this Champion Teebird and Eagle that I have, both of these are significantly more domey, so they're still comfortable in the hand. Most interesting thing to me is how these two discs from Innova are both in Champion plastic, but they feel completely different. Like this one, not sure how well you can tell, but this one is like, it's very grippy. It's got a really nice hand feel as far as grip is concerned. This one is a little more, it's not as grippy. It's more of like a matte finish, where this one is very glossy. So I have found that when I throw the Eagle, at least with this run of Eagle, it slips out of my hand a good bit, and it's got a good decent dome to it as well. So of the three, between this Teebird, this Eagle, and the Vela is definitely my favorite in the hand. I really like the way it feels. It's so flat, very comfortable. We're gonna show a couple of videos of me and Khang both throwing all three of these discs. I'll do a little voiceover talking about them. Let's jump right into those throws. All right, so we got some test videos for you here, kicking things off at Chattahoochee Point Park, hole 13 short tee. So this is about 270 feet to the basket. So we're starting off with the two Velas here. So first throw, I throw it on a bit of hyzer, doesn't really flip up fresh out of the box, and has a pretty nice arcing overstable hyzer finish. So that's pretty much what I expected from this disc out of the box. Second disc, I throw a little bit flatter and harder, and you can see I did even get a little bit of a flip up before having a strong overstable finish towards the basket. That was actually a really nice throw. Now we're going with the Eagle, and you can see I threw this with a similar amount of power, I felt like, but it did not flip up at all, and it had a much more overstable finish when compared to the Vela, so definitely more overstable. And then here's that Champion Teebird here. I threw this one similar power, a little bit lower, so distance-wise very similar to the other discs, but more overstable. So now we're going with a second round of throws here, again kicking things off with the Vela. So I throw this one pretty flat. I gave it a little bit of height, a little bit more speed as well, and ended up with probably a edge of circle look there, so pretty okay throw. Second Vela here, I throw a little bit harder, and you can see again, it flips up to flat a little bit before having a strong overstable finish to the basket. And this time, I get it pin high. That was a really good throw. That's an easy tap in for a birdie there. So here we are going with the Eagle now, and this time you can see I was able to get it to flip up. If I throw it hard enough, I am able to flip the Eagle up just a little bit, and that also ended up pretty close to the basket, but a little bit shorter than the Vela. And then lastly, we're going with the Champion Teebird again. Unfortunately, I throw this one a bit soft, but you can see it still has a nice straight flight with a strong overstable finish, but that one ended up way short. So now Khang is going to test out the Vela a little bit here at an open field while we're recording some other videos. So this will be his first time using it. At this point, I've used one of the Velas though in the bag for a month, but not this one. This one's fresh out of the box. So you can see even with Khang's higher arm speed, fresh out of the box, if you put it on hyzer, it holds that hyzer pretty nicely and will have a strong overstable finish. This one, on the other hand, has been in my bag for about a month now, and I have been using it a good bit, so Khang is going to try to throw the same. Little bit of hyzer, and you can see it flips up to flat and carries a long way, nice and straight with a reliable overstable fade. Now we're back at Chattahoochee Point Park later in the day, so Khang again testing out the discs, this time from the long tee at hole 13, so this is 400 feet. This is the newer Vela. You could see similar flight, still very overstable. He threw it a bit low. And then with the second Vela, the one that's been in my bag, you can see this time when Khang throws it, it goes a long way further before beginning to fade out to the left. So you can see it does beat in very nicely, and I've really enjoyed that myself as well. Now Khang is throwing the Eagle here to compare. So he's going nice and hard, a little bit low again, but pretty flat. And you can see compared to the Vela, it is significantly more overstable. And it does take a lot more effort to flip up, I believe. So that negative 1.5 turn with the Vela does seem to be pretty accurate when compared to the Eagle. And then last up, Khang is going to be testing the Champion Teebird here. You can see he gives it a little bit of height, and it does not have any flip. It's just very overstable, so still pretty good distance with it, but it is much more overstable than the Vela at least. And then we have one more round of me throwing here from the short tee at hole 13. Starting with the Vela, this is the new Vela, so you can see I threw it a little bit on Anheuser. It kept turning for a good way, but still fought out of it pretty easily. That was a great throw overall, really close to the basket here. And then here's the Vela that's been in my bag. You can see this one I did throw a little bit on hyzer, flips up to flat, nice, carries straight for a long way, and I end up parking the hole. So I'm really loving that Vela in particular. Now I'm here throwing the Eagle, and I feel like I threw this pretty similar to that second Vela, but you can see it definitely fades out a good deal earlier. It does not seem to go quite as far because it is significantly more overstable. And then last but not least, going with the Champion Teebird. Unfortunately, I throw this one inside of where I'm aiming, but you can still see it is significantly more overstable than the Vela, and overall is pretty similar in distance and in shot shape to the Eagle for myself. Although I do know I can flip the Eagle if I get it on a good rip, but not something I do very regularly. All right, so of the 3 discs, you probably could tell the Vela is definitely my favorite. Not only is it the most comfortable in the hand, it also has a very nice flight, even for my lower arm speed. I find that with both the Eagle and the Teebird, they have similar flights. They do go straight for a while, but they are both considerably more overstable than the Vela. And you can sort of see, I have 2 Velas. This one I've kept in the bag for a while, whereas this one I only have thrown for this video. So this one is still very fresh. You can see when you first get it, it starts off pretty overstable. It's still a little less overstable than the Teebird and the Eagle, but really once you start throwing it like I have with this one's been in the bag pretty much right since I've gotten it. It really beats into a nice disc. If I throw this on a little bit of hyzer, it'll flip up to flat and it will carry a long way before it starts to fade in. It definitely has a reliable overstable finish, but it's not anything that's uncontrollable. It doesn't completely dump down. Lately, this has been one of my favorite fairway drivers to throw. I'm really loving it so far, and I continue to look forward to throwing more shots with the Vela, but that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed watching this sort of short form review video, definitely leave a note down in the comments below. I'm interested to see what different types of content people want to see from us here on the channel. So these short review videos are definitely much easier to record than say our long form 9-hole challenge videos, things like that. So definitely let me know down in the comments what you think of this video. If you enjoyed watching it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys, cheers.